On my 2008 Goldwing GL 1800, I have a slight leak on the right hand fork. There's a little bit of oil that leaks right around the top of this seal. And there's supposed to be an easy way to fix this using a little tool called a seal mate. And I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. This is the tool. It's called a seal mate. It's a very simple tool and can be bought most anywhere for less than $10. I've seen them as cheap as $5. In order to get the seal mate tool down into the seal where it needs to be, this protective piece plus part of this fender has to be removed so that you can get to it. In order to remove these pieces, you have to remove a screw here on each side, plus there's one screw back here that has to be removed. The screw in back actually turned out to be a push pin, plastic push pin instead of a screw. Next, you need to remove this dust seal so you can get to the actual seal that's underneath it. Best way to do that is with a sharp pointed screwdriver. Okay, now you need to lift that up so it's out of the way so you can get down to the real seal, which is down inside here. Okay, the way this is supposed to work is you take the pointed end and you work it in to the seal. And then once you get it down in the seal, you kind of work your way around, all the way around. Once you've got all the way around, you gently work the seal back so the pointed end comes out. And this will drag any dirt or particles that are in the seal out. Now, in order to check and see if it fixed it, you need to bounce the forks up and down. Once you bounce the forks up and down, you need to check for any oil around the forks. And there is none, so it looks like that actually fixed it. So the next thing you need to do is bring your dust cover back down, put it back on. After thoroughly bouncing the fork several times, even with the dust seal back on, there's no more oil around the forks. Therefore, it looks like this little cheapy tool actually fixed the problem, saving a bunch of money for a complete fork rebuild. And you just reassemble everything in the reverse order you took it off. And there you have it. For a little cheapy tool that costs less than $10 and you can reuse it again, it's called the Sealmate. It can often fix a leak in a front fork seal without having to replace the seal completely. All it does is fish out any little dirt or trash particles in there, and then by meshing the forks up and down vigorously, the seal reseals, and as long as there's no oil come out, it looks like the job is done.